This is Steffen, and we are doing our first live stream here. Hopefully, who knows how many people we'll get. But anyhow, just doing this. We're doing a vertical live stream. Got Maui here with me. We're going to wander around, just calling this Wyoming stuff. I know we've had some folks that have asked, what is Wyoming stuff? And frankly, I don't know if I even really know. But we've been here in Wyoming, specifically in Alpine, for gosh, this is like our fourth season here. Ended up, let me turn around here. You can see we've got the van under cover. We're actually, in the next week or so, we're going to be heading back over to Portland. We'll be done here for the season. We are Wyoming residents, but we'll be done here for the season and then heading over to Kona. So to be able to spend the winter there, about 4 months or so. It's been kind of funny, just getting going here. Just don't have too much here on the agenda. I figure this is the first live stream, and just kind of, if you've got any questions or anything, feel free to leave something down in the chat below if you're out there. But anyhow, we've been here for about 4 years, and in the time here, and actually I do want to say thanks to all the subscribers that had here on the channel on Steffen. I think we were up to 7,186 at the time of the recording of this video, which is pretty daggone amazing for me. So hopefully, yeah, just kind of keep growing that. But that we've got some interest out there, and I would certainly say here in Wyoming, specifically in Alpine, have found run into a number of people, not a whole bunch, but a number of people that have recognized me from the channel and have said, hey, yeah, you're that Wyoming, Hawaii guy, kind of what's going on. So it's been wonderful here just to kind of be able to share some story. And so just want to kind of do some of that right now. Got my trusty cup of coffee that one of our kids got me. And you can see behind me, we've got Starlink. That's how we've got the internet here. I am going to try to wander around here a little bit just to see how this works from a live stream perspective once we get away from the house and from the Wi-Fi and whatnot. But anyhow, let me put the coffee down and just kind of show you around a little bit here on the outside. Thinking about maybe doing this as a regular thing if there's interest, or certainly leave some messages, comments down below, and we can kind of, as far as what kind of questions stuff you have here. But anyhow, so behind me, here's the house. This is where we live. Here in Wyoming, we are in Alpine. Alpine's about 36 miles, 70 some kilometers to the southwest of Jackson. For those of you that are out there, I don't even have a great feel for where my audience is from. So certainly feel free to leave some comments down below regarding kind of where you're at and whatnot. Like I said, don't have a moderator here. Maybe we'll get more advanced and be able to see what's be able to take care of some of this stuff. But anyway, yep, see some folks here saying hi. That's awesome. So anyway, just basic stuff here, and then, like I said, maybe we'll try to do this once a week or so. But this is the house. This is where we live here in Wyoming. This is 1,050 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. We are actually the second owners. This is kind of an experiment for us in downsizing. A place we've got in Portland is like 2,600 square feet, so this is a bunch smaller. And actually, I've got to say, we really, really like it. Certainly, if anybody out there's got questions regarding just moving to a smaller space, dealing with stuff and whatnot, certainly, hey there, yep, seeing more people, that is awesome. Yeah, just like I said, we're just going to go ahead and hey, more folks here, awesome. So just a couple, just not even housekeeping stuff, but just, and by the way, we are, since we are in Wyoming, yeah, one of the things I just wanted to mention, and certainly, let me know if you've got questions regarding living here. We've had snowfall overnight. You can kind of see here. Yeah, see if we can point up. There we go. At about 2 inches or so. So pretty good. So I've got a question here. Which country are we live from? And this is the United States of America. Got the U.S. flag here behind me. So we are I guess I can just talk about where Wyoming is. We're kind of in the middle of the country, kind of in the western half of the United States. If you want to look at the map, like I said, we're about 36 miles, 70 some kilometers to the southwest of Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole, or Jackson, Wyoming, is the probably the closest place here. Wyoming, just to kind of give you some perspective, we're about 97,000 square miles. I'll have to get a little better here I'm going to say that's probably, oh gosh, what is it? 160,000 kilometers, plus or minus, for those folks that are not in the United States or working with the metric system. I'm an engineer by trade, if you've watched the channel, so you try to be pretty decent there with the numbers. But anyhow, so we've got about 97,000 square miles. There you go. Hey, you're in the U.S. Awesome. Good to see. Where are you from? Let me know. Anyhow, we are. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Great audience. This is going to be fun. Definitely looking forward to kind of doing this. Anyway, so Wyoming, just for those of you that don't know, about 97,000 square miles, and on a good day, we've got about 550,000 people, which, just to kind of put it in perspective, is not a whole lot. It's one of the reasons we moved out here. Let me just kind of give you a little more perspective. A lot of blue sky, or actually we got clouds here today. It was snowing up until about an hour or so ago. I was on the bike trainer riding with a buddy of mine who's down in California. We were riding on the Swift program, if you know about that. Just doing some triathlon training, stuff like that. But anyhow, Wyoming here, 550,000 people on a good day. Oregon, where we're actually driving to in about another week or so. We'll see if we can do a live stream from the van that we got here. Try to point. It's undercover. And maybe try to do a live stream there. But Oregon's about the same size as Wyoming, and just to put it in perspective, it has about like seven. I think Wyoming, we're like 1/7 the population. Oregon's got like 4.2 million people, and then Washington State, which is about the same size, I think it might be a little bit bigger, has like 7 million people. So not a super high population density. To just kind of give you some background on where we're at here. Anyhow, cool. Got some emojis there going. That is awesome. By the way, it is cold here right now. It is about 32, 33 degrees Fahrenheit. So for those of you not in the U.S., that's about 0 degrees centigrade. So it's cold, but not as cold as it's been. Just talking about just Wyoming in general here, and Wyoming life for us. Wyoming, typically in the last 4 seasons here, what we found is everything is nice through October, and certainly hit me up with comments, or if there's ideas for if you want to know about moving out here, Yellowstone, Tetons, lots of other really cool stuff. Certainly hit me up in the comments, and we can do some stuff there with some of these live streams going forward. But anyhow, typically November is kind of a crapshoot here. We've had some Novembers here where it is a late fall and it's super nice. And here, let me just see if I can turn around here, move around a little bit so you can kind of see. So put it in perspective there. That is Ferry Peak behind me. Ferry Peak is about 9,700 feet elevation. Where we're standing here right now, this is about 5,700 feet. So that, if you look up there, that goes up about 4,000 feet. I've run up to the top there a couple of times. Haven't so far this year, just triathlon training, doing Ironman stuff. Haven't been able to do it, and kind of the window has closed because now it's like a trek in the snow. But that's actually kind of fun. I can go here from the house up to the top and back. It's about a 4-hour or so trail run. But anyway, yeah, lots of, you can do some backcountry skiing and stuff up there. Just from a cloud perspective, our ceiling here right now, just from a pilot perspective, I am working on my private pilot's license, is about, ceiling here is about 3,000 feet. We're in marginal VFR conditions, visual flight rule, but it is definitely a little bit, it's the snow has stopped, and it's definitely a little bit clearer. You can actually see here behind me, we got some blue sky too. So that's what's going on here. So yeah, just kind of we'll just kind of walk around a little bit. We'll see, hopefully the internet won't cut off. Got Maui here. Maui, come here, buddy. Maui is our rescue. He's a Labrador. Here, get on camera there. Yeah, we're gonna go play ball later. But yeah, if you've been following on the channel, you'll see that he's got about a video or so a day of him playing ball and chasing and stuff like that. But he is, we've had him now, gosh, this is, I think, his third season here. He was actually, whoop, there he goes. There you can see him. Hopefully people let me know if you're getting dizzy here with me moving the camera. But yeah, you can see here the house behind me. But yeah, he was a rescue out of a kill shelter in Utah, and we were actually bringing him back over to Portland. We do some stuff with Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Jack Russell Rescue. We're super passionate about rescue animals, dogs, whatnot. And he was there he goes. He's found something. He was a foster fail. We were bringing him to Portland to go to a foster family. I fell in love with him and actually spent about 2 months extra in Portland waiting, not to go too far down some of these rabbit holes here, but spent about 2 months in Portland because of the import requirements to get dogs over to Hawaii. So my wife was over in Hawaii in Kona for about it was like 2 months when I was just waiting in Portland trying to get Maui here. He was getting his extra. You have to get 2 rabies shots, a Bordetella, or sorry, Bordetella. Yeah, I'm probably messing some of this stuff up, but there's a Favin test to make sure they don't have rabies, health certificates, things like that, and it is a whole bunch of stuff. So anyhow, yeah, because of that, was there in Oregon for a couple of months waiting to go to Hawaii and trying to get him over. But yeah, he's getting ready for his 3rd season in Kona. So I think he likes it. He loves being in there in the water. If you watch some of those videos, you can see him playing in the waves. He's got his life jacket and everything else. But yeah, let's look around here a little bit. So this is the neighborhood. Right there, you are looking direction north. Don't have a lot of wind here today. We can walk out to the airport to see if the internet still connects. You've seen some of the videos here. Here's you can see behind me, there's our Razor, if you're familiar with that, a little buggy, built by Polaris. Can-Am makes these things too, Honda, whatnot. These things are super fun. Yeah, there we go, pointing. Thought this was going to be one of those really maybe dumb purchases, but it has been a lot of fun. Just as far as we take the dogs out here, we go over out, if you've seen these videos on the BLM, Bureau of Land Management area that's around here. And then also you can see here, just as a side note, these things here we got a license plate on them. There we can go. So these are street legal. A lot of people here in Wyoming, especially in Alpine, these are your second vehicles. So people having a lot of fun with these. We've got got our rig here in the garage, but this thing actually goes around most of the time. Probably do need to add a heater. It's kind of cold here. It's got a windshield, but and the door kit and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a little chilly to go around here. Again, there's our van, doing some van life stuff. You've probably seen some of those videos. We're going to try to maybe do some live streams from the road, but let's just kind of cruise around. And certainly if you got any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments, and hopefully we will not lose the stream. We'll just walk around the house here. Hey Maui, where are you, buddy? And also let me know if the microphone, how this thing's working. We are got some Bluetooth stuff, but just figure I'd go ahead and try it here with the vertical and just the regular the microphone on the phone. There's Maui. Hey Maui. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned. Yeah, he was born on October 16th, and so he's a little over 8 years old. So let's kind of cruise around here. See the backside of the house. This is actually this. I actually fell in love with this place. Just as a side note, and we'll do some stuff inside. Don't want to, got plenty of do this like on another live stream or something. But yeah, all reclaimed wood. These windows are actually, from what I understand, from a hotel in Jackson, and they kind of just disassembled stuff. So a lot of recycled stuff. Got reclaimed metal here for the skirting. You'll see a lot of skirting here in Wyoming, just because the snow comes up, and so that keeps your protects your wood. A lot of the wood up here. This is all reclaimed barn siding wood. So yeah, just kind of cool. And I showed you the Starlink already. So let's just kind of traipse along here, and let me see if I can change the camera view. There you go. There's Maui. We're gonna just head over here through Todd's yard. Try to stay in vertical mode. Just head over to the airport because I figured there's some folks here that are part of the aviation community. Just all the shorts we do. As a side note here, he's rebuilding this house. You can see a few years ago, it was a single story burned to the ground. I was actually over, I forget if I was in Portland or in Kona, and Mary, my wife, she had sent me a text and said, hey, the house is on fire. I'm like, oh no, get out, save the dogs, everything. And she's like, no, neighbor's house. And everyone got together. They got garden hoses. Unfortunately, on this end, was a little too late. We live in a rural community. Again, just for those folks, just kind of getting familiar with Wyoming. We're only about 1,200 people here, so we've got a volunteer fire department, and turns out those folks were down about 10 miles away, 16 kilometers for those not in the U.S., and they were actually at a funeral out of town, and they had to bring the truck back here, and by that time, this had all burned down, unfortunately. So, yeah, neighbors ended up helping, and make sure here's Maui right here. So we're gonna head over here to the runway so you can just kind of get a perspective where some of this action's happening. Oh, we're still alive, so looks like that's good. There we go. There's the runway. Let me know if we do get some reconnection connection issues. Here's Matt. This right here, this is for those of you the aviation community. This is we're looking out at runway 31, so that's 310 degrees. Basically, the magnetic direction, and right here, this is going back this way is runway 13, and let me switch. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, just let me know if from a connection perspective of stuff, how everything's going. Yeah, this guy behind me, this is County Road 100. If you want to look at the map where we're at here in Alpine. Yeah, this right here behind me, this is where I've been doing my flight training for my PPL. Probably try to work that into some of these live streams and videos. I've got actually a CFI that comes over. There's a Cessna 172. He picks that up over in, he lives actually in Victor Driggs, which is over in Idaho. And speaking of which, if you go about a mile down the road behind me here, let's see if we can learn to point right there. That's Idaho. So we're pretty close to the Idaho-Wyoming border here. He's out of Victor Driggs, and he drives over to Rigby, picks up 172, flies over here. We pay for the Hobbs time on the airplane, flying over, and I kind of joke with him that he's got like 35 minutes either way, where I'm not trying to kill him learning how to fly. Where he's able to build up hours and whatnot. So anyhow, that's where it's at. He comes over here. One of the reasons, this is actually if you look it up, it's 46U, Alpine, Wyoming. It's a public airport. So if you're in your Citation Jet, 182, Pilatus, TBM, Cherokee, whatever, you can land here. But it is, and I'll have to figure out some as far as all the ins and outs of the rules. But even though it's a public airport, they don't accept any government money, and so they're able to kind of do some of their own stuff. So, got one of my neighbors going by here. Got Maui, he's behaving, hanging out. But anyway, yeah, they don't, as far as I know, accept government money, so they can actually make some of their own rules. So when you look at the NOTAMs, or if you're in the chart supplements here, for those of you pilots out here, it basically says touch and goes are discouraged. I'm live again. Hey, so I'm gonna actually walk over here because I don't know. I think this is kind of disconnected, and we'll have to figure this out. So anyway, behind me, this would be a great place to learn how to fly, and we come in and out of here, but just can't do touch and goes. So what we end up doing is taking off out of here and then heading direction that way over to Afton. That for you pilots out there, that's KAFO, and that's a municipal airport, so we're able to do our touch and goes and our pattern work there. But yeah, it's a great place here to learn how to fly. Certainly, as far as the mountain conditions and whatnot, can be pretty tough. We got density altitude here for you pilot folks out there. So on a typical day here, where it's 80 degrees or so Fahrenheit, we can be looking at density altitude of about almost like 8,000 feet or so. So just from a performance perspective, on the airplane, you got to be kind of careful. I'll just kind of walk back here through Todd's yard back to the house, and then see if anyone's got any questions or anything. Phil, yeah, just definitely hit me up here in the comments. Try to keep this thing vertical. There we go. Cool. So here we get Maui. Come on, buddy. Let's go. There we go. There comes Maui. He actually listens really well. He's a wonderful dog. So Wyoming life. It's really nice here. As far as just being a smaller town, there's definitely stuff here that you have to kind of deal with. Amazon delivery for you folks there in the U.S. Amazon Prime, if you're in Portland, you can get something delivered same day. Here, you're lucky if you get it in a week or so. So there's kind of trappings and whatnot of small town living. But yep, we'll see. Kind of walk through here. There's things you got to deal with, but overall, this is just a wonderful place to live. We have a 37,000 square foot grocery store, Brolum's. I'll have to take you out there here at some point in one of these live streams. You can see very peak behind me. Walk through here. See if we can walk, talk, and chew gum here on the first live stream. We got that 37,000 square foot grocery store, so it's great. We can get organic vegetables, so you can get meatless products. I mean, we're primarily pretty vegetarian, pescatarian. I do eat some fish. But you're able to get all that in a little 1,200 person town. Downside here, Alpine, we've only got like 5 restaurants. We'll have to bring you here through town so you can see a little more of what this Wyoming life is all about. Some of it may end up being in the spring when we come back here, but anyhow, that is there's, like I said, stuff here that you have to kind of manage being in a smaller town. But overall, it is an absolutely wonderful experience. And then, like I said, we're fortunate enough we can head over when it gets super cold here over to Hawaii, and then we'll kind of continue this whole thing over there. So yeah, I don't know. Any comments, or do you have any questions? Certainly, for the next live stream, we can pick some of that stuff up. And as far as any kind of future topics and whatnot, kind of where we're going to go. Obviously, I'm a huge aviation buff, and then if you've been on the channel, you've seen some of the crypto stuff, you've seen some of the real estate, the investment stuff. Um, lots of things there, just from kind of my own personal interest, where hopefully we can kind of share some of that knowledge. And then what I'm going to try to do too is figure out how to work in some of the aviation stuff. I mean, obviously we got a lot of these shorts here. Love watching airplanes take off and land, but just as I'm starting my own aviation journey, uh, letting you in on that. And just actually as a side note here, I'm just going to try to keep this to about 30 minutes or so. So I've got a few more minutes here to go. Just as far as my aviation journey, I passed my FAA exam, just in case you're wondering. And then I am about to in the low 20 hours as far as learning with the CFI. I've got my third class medical, and then I've got my student pilot certificate too. So pretty much everything's kind of wrapped up there. And then we can talk a little bit about that on some of these future videos if you've got questions regarding general aviation and just kind of getting going. And certainly I'm struggling with landings like everyone else, but my goal was actually to get the PPL here this year, but just from a weather timing perspective, haven't been able to wrap everything up. So am in contact with a flight school, Tropic Bird, over in Kona. Know them through my neighbor Tim Kale over in Kona. I think you've seen maybe that one of those videos I've got where I'm flying. He took me along in his Piper Cherokee, and anyway, through that, I've got a hold of the folks at Tropic Bird and via some email communications, which is actually they did a really nice job. It was pretty quick, because usually in Kona, everything takes forever too. They emailed Mike, the owner, emailed me back, and it looks like they can accommodate me so I can take care of my PPL private pilot's licenses there this winter when we're there from December through late March. So yep, hopefully good news there. Get all that done. Ride the bike out to the airport, do the flight lessons, and then ride home. So lots of fun there. That is about it. I'm going to start wrapping this up to keep it to about 30 minutes. We'll try to do this again at the same time next week, though there may be, just may end up changing the scheduling, because like I said, we are packing the van up here. We're going to be leaving probably in about a week or so. So depending on how that goes, going on the road and then doing some live stuff, we'll do all that. And then, to show you around the van. And if you've got any questions regarding van life, traveling, and whatnot, we'll be doing that. As there's Mr. Maui. He says he's having a good time. He's actually, like I said, he is a really, really good dog. Do appreciate everyone that's been over here on these live stream, on the live stream here. Like I said, super appreciative of the 7,186 subscribers. Hopefully, like I said, keep growing that, and that should wrap it up for about here. Like I said, feel free to hit me up with the comments. And if you're just joining, very peak behind me, 9,700 feet here in Alpine, and just introducing you to our Wyoming life. We'll see you in the next video, hopefully next week.